What if everything you saw at WrestleMania was a lie? What if the tears, the boots, the emotional farewell, all of it, was nothing more than the greatest act of deception in the history of professional wrestling? Because tonight, Brock Lesnar broke his silence, and nothing in the world of sports entertainment will ever be the same again. I have not been able to sleep since the final bell rang at Allegiant Stadium. Every single one of us watched Brock Lesnar drop to his knees with tears streaming down his face, slowly pulling off his gloves and unlacing his boots before placing them in the center of the ring like a man burying his own legacy right there in front of 70,000 people. We mourned for him. We thanked him. We accepted, with heavy hearts, that the era of the Beast was finally and completely over. But tonight, Brock Lesnar broke his silence, and what he said has sent a chill through my entire body that I cannot shake. The retirement was a lie. The tears were a performance. And Oba Femi, the man who thought he had conquered the unconquerable, has never been in more danger in his entire life. Before I take you any further into this story, do me a favor right now and hit that subscribe button right there for Wrestling Juice, because the nightmare is only just getting started, and you are absolutely not going to want to miss a single second of what is coming next. Let me take you all the way back to the moment that fooled every single one of us without exception. WrestleMania 42 Night 2, the opening match of the evening, Oba Femi against Brock Lesnar. The match lasted less than 5 minutes. It was a brutal, shocking, and utterly devastating squash match in which the Nigerian ruler connected with a chokeslam followed by the fall from grace and pinned the Beast incarnate clean in the center of the ring. And then came the moment that broke the entire wrestling world wide open. Lesnar stayed down on the mat. He could not hold back his emotions. Slowly and deliberately, he removed his gloves, unbuckled his boots, and placed them in the center of the ring for all the world to see. He embraced Paul Heyman, waved a long and emotional goodbye to the crowd that had followed him for over 2 decades, and walked up the entrance ramp while the entire arena filled with the sound of 70,000 voices chanting "Thank you, Lesnar." We genuinely believed we had witnessed the end of something historic. We thought the Beast was gone from our lives forever. We were devastatingly wrong. Here is what has been gnawing at me from deep inside ever since that video surfaced late tonight. Brock Lesnar is not the kind of man who makes emotional decisions on a whim or in the heat of the moment. He is a predator by nature. He is calculated, methodical, and ruthlessly patient in everything that he does. Every smirk, every German suplex, every single tear that has ever rolled down that man's face has been part of a much larger and more dangerous plan. The problem for Oba Femi is that he walked out of WrestleMania genuinely believing he had slain the dragon. He stood over the body of the Beast and called out Roman Reigns. He warned The Undertaker that SummerSlam belonged to him, but Lesnar has been watching from the shadows this entire time. Lesnar has been waiting with the patience of a man who knows exactly when to strike. And tonight, the Beast finally revealed his true intentions to the world. Now listen to me carefully, because I will never forget this moment for as long as I live. The video appeared late tonight across social media platforms without any warning whatsoever. It was grainy footage, clearly shot from what appeared to be a hotel room somewhere in the city of Minneapolis. And there he was, Brock Lesnar. No ring gear, no Paul Heyman standing beside him, no production crew or lighting setup. Just the Beast himself, seated in a chair half consumed by shadows, his face only partially illuminated, his eyes colder and more focused than I have ever seen them in my life. And then he spoke. He said that everyone thinks he retired. Everyone saw him leave his boots in the ring and assumed he was finished. But he was not finished. He said he is never finished. He paused at that point, and the silence that followed was absolutely deafening. Then he leaned directly into the camera and delivered words that have been burning in my mind ever since. He told Oba Femi that yes, Femi beat him. Yes, Femi pinned him clean at WrestleMania, and he let it happen. He wanted to see what Femi was truly made of. Now he knows. And at SummerSlam, in his hometown of Minneapolis, he is coming back, not to retire, not to pass any torch to the next generation. He said he is coming back specifically to destroy Oba Femi, and that this is not over. He made it crystal clear that it has only just begun. I have been turning those words over in my mind relentlessly since the moment I heard them, and here is exactly where I land on all of this. Brock Lesnar just revealed to the entire world that his retirement at WrestleMania was a calculated and elaborate work, a deeply premeditated deception designed from the very beginning to lower Oba Femi's guard and give the beast the element of surprise when the moment finally arrived. And honestly, when you step back and look at the full picture, it makes complete and perfect sense. Reports had already been circulating for several days among those with knowledge of WWE's internal planning that people within the company did not genuinely believe Lesnar had actually retired. Dave Meltzer himself noted that while a retirement was anticipated at some point during this calendar year, the WrestleMania moment itself may not have been the real conclusion to Lesnar's career. There were even whispers floating around that a full multi-match program between Lesnar and Femi had originally been mapped out, but was quietly dropped several weeks before the event. Some who follow these things closely speculated that the decision to end the program earlier than planned came directly from Lesnar himself, who reportedly preferred a much shorter build to the eventual rematch. Now we understand with complete clarity that the Beast was never done with Oba Femi. He was setting him up from the very beginning with surgical and terrifying precision. The fan reactions to all of this are going to be extremely loud and deeply divided when the wrestling community fully processes what has happened tonight. Some are going to call this the greatest long-term angle constructed in the past decade of sports entertainment. Others are inevitably going to argue that Lesnar is deliberately undermining and damaging Femi's hardened momentum at the worst possible time. But here is my completely honest and unfiltered take on the entire situation. The Beast just reminded every single person watching why he is the most dangerous and unpredictable man in the entire history of professional wrestling. He willingly allowed himself to be defeated on the grandest stage of them all. He permitted himself to be humiliated in front of the largest audience of the year. He walked away from the spotlight just long enough for Oba Femi to begin dreaming about Roman Reigns and staking his claim against The Undertaker at SummerSlam. And now, at the precise moment when Femi's guard is at its absolute lowest point, Lesnar is preparing to strike with everything he has. The choice of SummerSlam in Minneapolis, the city Lesnar calls home, as the stage for his return is not a coincidence by any stretch of the imagination. That is a statement of intent delivered with maximum impact. He is returning to the place where he matters most, standing in front of his own people, and he is going to remind the Nigerian ruler with brutal and unforgiving clarity that there is only one beast in professional wrestling. And at SummerSlam, that beast is hunting. Brock Lesnar broke his silence tonight and changed everything we thought we understood about the current landscape of WWE. The tears at WrestleMania were manufactured. The retirement was an elaborately constructed lie. The Beast is returning at SummerSlam in Minneapolis, and he has made a solemn and frightening promise to destroy the man who believed he had ended his career. Oba Femi, you set out to conquer what many believed was already dead and gone, but the Beast is very much alive, fully motivated, and he is coming directly for you with nothing left to lose. I want to hear from you right now in the comments section below. After hearing Brock Lesnar's chilling warning tonight, do you truly believe Oba Femi can survive the Beast's return at SummerSlam? Or did the Nigerian ruler unknowingly sign his own destruction the moment he stood over Lesnar's body and declared himself the new king? Drop everything you are thinking down in the comments, because this conversation is one that the entire wrestling world needs to have right now. And if this video sent chills racing down your spine the same way it sent them racing down mine, hit that like button and subscribe to Wrestling Juice so you never miss a single moment of the chaos that is coming. The Beast is back. The hunt is on. SummerSlam will never be the same. This has been Wrestling Juice, and the nightmare, as promised, is only just getting started.